Hey, what's up? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Creative Emotions, where you're going to get this motivation, information, encouragement, this transparency, empowerment. We're going to keep it real. You're going to get these good vibes, okay? And you ain't going to be able to do nothing about it. You're going to get these good vibes. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me each and every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Make sure you go ahead on and share right now. Share, like, send this to your people. If this is your first time joining, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when the show comes on next. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Streamcastic for being a cover on their second magazine, All Things Media. I want you guys to go ahead and on your Roku stick, make sure you go ahead and go to Streamcastic. It's really good. It's really good to be a part of something, a part of a person's vision. Like, that's huge. Being a part of a person's vision, even your own, but just knowing that you're a part of something that it started somewhere. And so this was a vision that, I have seen in the making. Streamcastic, where you see the media on all different platforms, all different streams. So it's just my honor, and it's a pleasure to even be, chosen for such a thing. So I'm grateful. Never despise, small beginnings. Everybody be like, even with my poetry night, people like, who's the promoter, and who started it and who did it? No, I did it. I started it. It's my dream. I'm fully equipped. I'm moving in it. It's a whole vibe. Like, you don't need a whole lot of validation. And so I really commend people. Go where you want to go. Do what you want to do. Hang with the crowds you want to hang around. But don't talk about people that start something that may not start it from when you think they should start it. Everybody starts at their own level. And I just encourage everybody, if you have a vision, if you have a dream, don't wait for validation from people. Do what it is God told you to do. Do what it is that's in your heart to do. Do not wait. Don't wait for somebody to agree with you. If you know that's your purpose and that's what you're supposed to be doing, stop playing, okay? Stop playing and do it. So, like I said, it's just a blessing. It's a blessing to be a part of everybody's vision. If you've seen it and I'm a part of it, I'm a part of history. That's all I'm saying. And I'm okay with that. So this Friday, so every other Friday is my poetry night. It's called Poetry and Conversations, where people come, they get on the mic, open mic, those that love the art like I do. They come, they get on the mic, and then we have time for conversation. And so we really kick it. Men and women come with these different questions, and we pull from this bag, and I'll pass the mic, and we just kick it. It's such a great environment. And so listen, I take pride in that because I seen it. It was a vision, and I did it. And I'm like, you know what? Whoever's supposed to be there will be there, and I'm so okay with that. But this Friday, I will be hosting the Black Men in Union. It's a networking event. It is free. It's going to be dancing. It's music. It's BYOB. It's a union event. Again, if you work at the plant and you want to, slide through, it's this Friday. There's going to be raffles and open mic and prizes and things like that. It's on Plumbers Local Union 98, 555 Horace Brown Drive. That's in Madison Heights, Michigan, 48071. Again, that's just if you want to come through. Show your face in the place. You want to do open mic. Because, again, the Poetry and Conversations will be the following week, February 10th. And, again, everybody can't make everything. But you come when you feel led. And you come. All I ask when people are in my presence is that they are present, they are here, and they are now. I don't want you on your phone. You got headphones. You thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow. Just be right here, right now, because this is really all we have. A lot of times, living in the past keeps us. Living in the present keeps us. All you got to do is be right here, right now. This is the blessing of being able to live in this time-space reality. So I want you to be encouraged with that. Also, I want to talk about Black History Month. And just to be able to keep it in the forefront of our mind, the people that paved the way. Not to bring back those emotions that, make you want to you'd be mad when you think about some of the things that our ancestors went through, some of the things that our people are of color paved the way to do, and they were very successful in doing. But I don't want you to get the emotion behind that. When you think about Black History Month, think about an opportunity to be proud, even though we can do that all year round, okay? We're not stopped from doing that. But we do have a month that's carved out for us to be able to dig into our history. If you know where you come from, you can kind of know where you're going. And it's a good feeling just to know, man, we are created to create. And so you're not just here for no reason. You're not just here to go to work, to come home, go to work, come home, be tired, not be able to give the best of who you are, but you are here to create, to live, to constantly move and have your being. So I want you to be encouraged in that. Today's show is about new beginning. And when you think about new beginning, again, I think I talked about this a few times before, like how it is, when you think about the first of the year, and how everybody's just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and you putting all of these things out there. First of all, you put it out for people to judge you because they're going to hold you accountable, right? You be like, I ain't going to eat meat. Soon as you pick up a piece of chicken, they on your head, okay? So now you feel bad. Now you feel like a failure. You like, dang, And so you really want to be mindful of the goals that you set and make sure that they are your goals. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. This is your journey. This is what you're doing. This is what you're deciding to do. And so when you put too many people in the different things that you decide to do, then you're quick to go left or right, or, you're quick to be discouraged. So I want you to be mindful of your new beginning. You can literally start at any moment. This is not the first of the year, when you turn a certain age, when your kids leave the house, when this happened, when that happened. We putting off life to live. Like, what is happening here? We have to take advantage of the time, space, reality that we're in right now. The time that we're in is a very, 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 very special time because we are free. We are free. When you think about the different things people had to go through, fight to get, fight through, fight just to be recognized, fight just to be able to be in some of the positions that we're in, I want you to be mindful of that. How free you are. And then I want you to be mindful of having that free mindset. That's going to get you to your new beginning. And so the truth is, you can have a beginning at any moment. A new beginning can happen like right now. You can be like, you know what? I'm done. I ain't smoking no more. You can say, I'm done. I'm not drinking no more. You can say, I'm done. I'm not fighting with nobody no more. You can say, I'm done. I don't care what nobody else thinks. Those are new beginnings. That's you making a conscious decision to change something that's not helping you to be the best version of who you are. And so I want you to be mindful of this when you think about a new beginning. So whenever you want to start, it's an opportunity. It first starts in your mind. And I don't think people understand how powerful we are as human beings to have a mind that operates, that move, that can, you can change just like that. You can tell your mind, no, we ain't doing that. And your whole body listening. Like, this is the major muscle that we have, our minds. And a lot of times we want to be out of our minds. I know people that wake up and smoke. All day they smoking. All day they drinking. All day they finding something to get out of their mind. But why? What is going on that makes you not want to be alone with yourself or alone with the person that you are? We're talking about new beginnings. Again, this is a live show. You can call in at 313-266-2811. This is a live show. But again, our minds play a major role in what happens to us constantly. We are constantly creating. So something happened today. I went to a store, and it's like, sometimes you can go in stores and you can find something. You'll be like, okay, like, I like this. It's not really everything you'll get, but this particular store I go in, I be looking for items. It don't matter to me. I make my look. I don't care how much it costs. So I go into this store. This was maybe a few weeks ago. And they was playing the ratchetest music ever. Like, it was like cringing. It was so ratchet. And I'm like, I know they're not playing this in the store. So I said something. I'm like straight up, y'all at the club? You know, I'm like joking about it, but I'm serious because I'm appalled. I'm irritated. Like, really? Like, it wasn't even no censor. It wasn't no clean version. They was going in, honey baked Christmas ham. And I'm like, y'all not gonna turn this off? So they just like, so I'm like, hey, y'all clubbing? Right? And you can't not remember me. I'm tall, I'm big to the mug. Like, my presence is, you'll know, right? So after work, I wear the same coat too. So I go in there, again, that was then. So it was just so much that I had to leave. I just grabbed a little item and I left. But before I left, it was a manager there that was like, okay, you can cut off the rap music. They was all being polite about it. Because I'm in leadership, listen, I don't mind saying nothing. I will say something, okay? Especially if it's making me feel some type of way. So I go in today and I hear nice little settled music. And I was like, wow. Soon as I thought about, like, last time I was in here, they was on 10. Why the music change? Right then and there, right when I said something, right when I consciously brought that back into my experience, like last time I was here, they played the music and it was the ratchet music. And I was like, God, I grabbed my little item. I went to the register. I didn't say nothing. I started whistling. I actually had an audio book in my ear. And right at that moment, the audio book said, your thoughts will control what's around you, and how powerful our thoughts are. You know how people say, like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Or something told me that, you know, that your thoughts literally have power. And so I thought about that. Like, soon as I said something, they cut the music on. I was like, dang it. And I know this. I practice this. I practice what I'm telling you because I know that it works. I did the same thing at Sam's Club. Sam's Club, you got them AT&T. They trying to change the services and all that. So I'm walking with my daughters, and they like, I was like, dang, every time I come in, I be getting attacked. They be right there. I walked for 2 aisles. This man came out the blue like, hey, your AT&T service, I was like, oh my God. But because I teach my daughters this, they was like, Mom, you spoke it. You brought it up. I teach them the power in their words. I teach them the power of their thoughts. And they like, you spoke it. And so I want you to be mindful, even though you're not saying something, because saying is very powerful as well, the thoughts that you have are powerful. So just be mindful of that. I thought about it like, I'm like, I know this, but I'm not perfect. This is a lifetime. You're going to be evolving constantly. And so this is just something to put in your arsenal. Your thoughts have power. Your words are powerful. And so think about what you're saying. Think about what you're doing. Think about all that. What you're thinking, you like, oh, I should. Don't give no energy to none of that, especially if it's not giving you a good feeling. We are in control of that. When you are speaking things that's not giving you a good feeling, you can immediately change that thought. You can immediately change and shift that energy. And so I want you to be mindful of that. We are talking about tonight new beginnings. And what does that look like? So the reality is that we're always going to face adversity, but we must forge ahead to better thoughts, better thinking thoughts, different mindsets, and a positive action. So when your mindset change, your action should change, which means your words should change. When people curse, you are literally cursing. Like, those words are powerful. And so while you making excuses like, that's how I am, that's how I talk. No, sir, ma'am, brother, sister. No, that's how you choose to talk. That's not how you talk. That's how you choose to talk. Because there is a plethora of words that you can use. But the words that you choose will be shaping your reality. The words and the thoughts that you think, they're going to be shaping your reality. And so I want to help you take that responsibility off other people and everything around you and bring it back here. When you bring it back here, that is going to change the trajectory of how you move. A lot of times we operate out of the victim mindset, and I'm talking about new beginnings, the victim mindset of if they wouldn't have did that, if they wouldn't have did this, and we're constantly pointing the finger at everything else outside of ourselves. That's not conducive. It's not helping. And so I want you to take accountability of your actions, of your words, of how your own words are shaping your life. It ain't the devil. Okay? Everybody like, oh, the devil did this. Oh, the devil. No. I was driving. My wheel's shaking. Now, this just came out the blue. I'm like, oh, shoot. Why? But it's cold. I could have ran over something. I don't know. It's not the devil. So if I would have kept riding on this shaky wheel and then it happened to go out, why am I blaming anybody? It's like, if you see something wrong, you go get it fixed, you handle your business. It ain't the devil. We take the most minute things and we want to blame everybody for everything. And so I want to bring you to a new mindset, a new beginning of a better mindset. Stop blaming everybody else. Bring that energy back into yourself and understand that you have more power and more control than what you're giving yourself. And so when you think about embracing new beginnings, it will require a few things. And that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm not going to be before you long because this was, when I come and it's led, I go with the flow of the spirit. And so when you think about new beginnings and what it will require, and one of the things it requires is letting go of the past. Staying in the past with the same emotion and the same energy is toxic. And it hurts you more than the person that you're holding hostage in your mind. A lot of times we're thinking we're doing a service by saying, I ain't going to never talk to them and I ain't going to never. That's too much energy. It's just too much. Like if you choose not to talk to a person for whatever reason, as long as you're not holding it in the crevices of your heart, you good. But if you feel an emotion, a hurt, your stomach hurt, you have the same emotion when you talk about it, that means, sir, ma'am, brother, sister, you have not let go of the past. And it will hurt you more than it hurts anybody else. So I want you to be mindful of that. If you are just joining, I'm talking about new beginnings and what that looked like. So letting go of the past will get you out of the loop of revenge and justice. We always feel like somebody you gonna pay, they gonna get it. And the bottom line is, anything you do, people, whatever you do, whatever you sow, you're going to reap. I don't care what you believe, okay? Let's just say this is a life principle. Whatever you put out into the earth is going to have to come back to you. And so you have to be mindful of the things that you put out so you don't have to seek for justice and revenge and, constantly wasting time talking bad about others. I know people that spend hours talking about other people. That is insane. And it is such a waste of time. Like, what are we doing? This is a day, time, and hour we would never get back. But people are literally wasting time sitting there like, yeah, and they did, and they had the nerve, and this and that. And you just the same energy, the same emotion about it constantly, over and over and over and over. And how is that helping you? It does not help. Come from out of the past. Don't waste your time speaking bad about other people. It makes no sense. And so when you think about, you can't change anybody else and you can't control anybody else. We don't own anybody else. So this falls, everything that we do as far as letting go of the past, it comes back to what did you learn? All of this is a learning canvas. Everything that we go through, even though it may hurt, you may have been through some stuff. You probably have a story. I'm sure you do. We all do. But that is only for you to learn. Whatever your purpose is in life, whatever you went through, it will be regurgitated to either help somebody else or to bring you back to a place of gratefulness and thankfulness. So I want you just to be encouraged in this. Embracing new beginnings. This is what I'm talking about. New beginnings. So embracing new beginnings happen when you understand change can be good. A lot of people think like, I ain't changing. A lot of people don't change. People have went to the grave without never changing. And so you have the opportunity with the breath in your lungs, with the right frame of mind to say, you know what? I can change and I will change because I want to. Not changing because you want somebody to accept you. Not changing because you want a man to love you, a woman to love you, or things of that nature. But changing because you like, this is not serving me. This is not helping me. And so I need to move forward. What does that look like? So people are stuck in their ways. Those ways are not always right. So if you go back to maybe a few shows that I did a couple weeks ago, I talked about the need to be right and how that is negatively affecting us because people are not effectively listening. Everybody listens to just respond. They just want to say something. They just waiting for you. And you know it because y'all talking at the same time. So who listening at that point? And so we want to be mindful of this. Change can be good. You don't always have to be right. You don't always got to get your point across. Sometimes you can be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's what's up. And that's what I talked about, in my last show. Just taking that weight off. Feeling like you got to be right all the time. Even if you're not right. Even if you feel like you are. So what? If it's bringing up an emotion that is not good feeling for you and your spirit, you don't have to entertain it. This is an encouragement tonight to let you know that new beginnings can literally happen at any time, at any moment, and it's your choice. We make choices, conscious choices and decisions every day. So I want you to be encouraged in this. Bad things can lead to good things. A lot of times people with stories, they got a history. They have a testimony. But those stories have brought them to a very good space, a very good place. And so, just because it's a bad thing don't mean it's not going to work out for you. Everything will work out for your good. And so Romans 8:28 is saying, and we know that all things work together for the good of those that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. And that's King James Version. Again, even if you don't believe, we're talking about life principles. But that goes to a believer. Then you need to be reminded that once you read your word, that is your power. That is your constant, your food, that you eat. Like whatever you give energy to, that is what's going to grow. And so if it's constantly the flesh, your flesh is going to grow. If it's your spirit is going to be bigger than the flesh. And that's what we wrestle with. We don't wrestle against each other. And so I want you to understand change is good. I don't care how old you are. Change is good. Even if you need to change your mind and the way you're thinking about things. Just because you older don't mean you always right. Sometimes, look, God if he used the donkey honey and it comes out the mouth of babes, anybody can teach you anything. You have to be open to listen and to hear other people. It doesn't matter if you're older. It doesn't matter your age. You can learn literally from anybody. So I want you to understand change is good. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes change helps us. It helps us, to let go of things that, again, have not been serving us. And so I thank you guys again for joining. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Again, every week, Wednesday at 6:00, I'll be here. I just want to remind you, you deserve good things, a blessed life. And most of the time, change comes with that. Change comes with that. Like once you go through whatever you get through, whatever you going through, it's a blessing. And it's also sunny on that side. You like, oh my God, like I got through that. You thinking you can't get through a breakup or, a fight that you may have had or the discomfort at your job or, all of these different things you feeling like you can't get through. You can and will get through it. It's just about that change, that mind, that mindset that all things are going to work together for your good. Just be encouraged with that. Embracing new beginnings sometimes require making new goals. And so check your why. Check that. Why are you doing what you're doing? Is it just for the money? Is it because you've seen it on social media, because you've seen somebody else thriving in it? Because you just feel like, oh, I want that attention. Like, check your why. Check your why. Is this something you're doing for yourself or for others? Are you doing whatever you're doing for you or for other people? Is it something that somebody else suggested to you? And so you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I've done that plenty of times. I was talking about that the other day. People see my potential. They see different things. And they're like, oh, Q, you will be good. You should do that. Oh, Q, you should do that. And I moved and I operated in that. I even pondered on some things people told me. But ultimately, I'm in a place now where I know I'm a divine creature. I have God in me. The guide that's in me, and my path is already there. I just need to know how to get there and what to do and what to bring into my experience and what not to allow. And so the only way I can do that is by being in touch with the God that's in me. It's everybody else can see different things, but God knows you. God created you. And so that's how I operate now. I say, God, what you want me to do? What do you want me to say? You want me to talk to this person? What you want me to say to this person? Where you want me to go? Which way should I turn? Like everything and anything. God told us don't worry about none of this stuff. And we worry about everything. And so now I'm in a place where I'm like, listen, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not fighting. I'm not dealing with stuff that don't make me feel good. I'm not arguing with nobody to be right. All of this stuff is stuff that I have been through and I understand. Again, God has showed me a different way. He's definitely showed me what hinders our walk. We hinder ourselves. It ain't nobody else. You have to take accountability for you. So did God give you confirmation? Did God give you confirmation on whatever this new goal is that you want? Again, we're talking about new beginnings, and what does this look like for you? You have to hold yourself accountable and also believe in yourself. I know a lot of people that be like, well, I can't do that. Like, and nobody did that. I don't know. I can't do that. Oh, I don't have the money for this. I don't have to, so you're automatically doubting and downing yourself. A lot of stuff that we go through is self-sabotaging because of our words. And so if you understand that your words have power, your words bring life or death to your situation, then you will learn how to operate a little bit different. And so again, we're talking about embracing your new beginnings. And what does it require? Again, it requires that you surround yourself with good people. Who are you surrounding yourself with? People, we go back and we talk about loyalty. Everybody talk about loyalty, right? But are you loyal to yourself? How about that first? And so if you're still dealing with somebody that has a whole different lifestyle or can talk to the old version of you, but you're constantly giving them this pedestal in your life because you're holding on to loyalty, I want you to reconsider that. I want you to think about the relationship that you have had with people. Doesn't mean it has to stop, but that person may not have the same position in your life. And so these are some of the things that, you can think about. Toxic foolishness is at an all-time high. Listen, if you look at some of these videos that I posted, and it has nothing to do with me, because God uses me, I am clearly a vessel, and I'm okay with that. That'll be the rest of my life. This is some really good information. But if you go to some other, channels or pages or YouTubes, and people just talking crazy out the side of their neck, and it's millions of views and millions of people watching, because people are unfortunately drawn to negativity. It's unfortunate, but it's the reality. And I don't down nobody, because everybody doing what they doing. You're going to have to answer for whatever you doing, whatever you putting out here, whatever you speak. I don't play that. I'm not saying nothing that is not conducive to my lifestyle. I'm not about to change to get a view. I'm not about to change, to be like, okay, well, I'm going to do it this way so people can start coming in. Now, what I would do is market different, but I'm not about to change who I am in my message just to get that. And so the toxic foolishness is at an all-time high. I want you to understand we're talking about new beginnings and what that look like. And who are you surrounding yourself with? Make sure you surround yourself around good people. It's nothing like a whole good vibe with people that you're not in competition with them. Y'all laugh until your stomach hurt. You have really good conversation. It's just good and you can feel it. But when you're around people that's negative, they always want to be right. Everything they say is left. Everything they say is contrary to what you're saying because they just want to be that person. It's just like, you got to start removing yourself. You got to start backing up from that because it will affect your spirit. And so we're talking about new beginnings. Our young people are constantly on edge with the different things that they're constantly bombarded with. The music. I posted on my page. I said, they gonna kill love. They gonna take love with a stake like it's a vampire. Because F your nigga, F this B, F this that, F this that, F love. I don't want it. F that nigga. Like what? What? But these women and these men want love. For real. So again, if you're around a person, they constantly talking about the opposite sex. They just dogging them, downing them, and dragging them, and everything is negative. But in your heart of hearts that you want to be loved. You want to be treated right. You want somebody to experience this life with. You don't feel the way that they feel. But guess what? You keep hanging around that foolishness. That's going to sway your opinion. That's going to sway your mindset. You're going to start looking at people sideways. And then it's going to change what you want, which means you won't receive and attract what you want. We have to be mindful of this. Surrounding yourself around good people. If you're around negative people that never have nothing nice to say, they always judging and talking about people, they not operating in integrity. Let me be with somebody and you steal something. I'm going to tell you about yourself. Then and there. And I might not talk to you again when we leave. Because guess what? We too grown for that. Like, especially the people that got money. I know people that got money, but they refuse to pay for certain things like Kool-Aid packets. So you're going to just keep stealing these Kool-Aid packets. You're going to keep walking around asking for this food at the Walmart, the Kroger, and all this stuff, and walking around eating it. You stealing. And I'm going to tell you about yourself. I don't care. I talk about this all the time when people, they be like, that ain't still. No, you stealing. And I don't like it. But this energy affects your new beginning. I want you to be mindful of this. New beginnings can happen at any time, any point. This is your journey. This is your life. When you wake up, it's you and you. It's you and God. You and your Holy Spirit. You have a plethora of angels around you. You're never alone. But guess what? You won't know that unless you tap in. You got to tap in, which means the foolishness that we're around, you got to separate yourself from and get into that place, get into that secret place. So, people say like your top 5 people are who you will end up like. That's what they say. So just be mindful of the people that you hang around, the people that's in your main circle, the people that call you every day. What are they calling with? What are they talking about? Are we staying in the past, or we talking about right now? We talking about right here? Think about that. The people that call you, are they always talking about what it was and what y'all used to do and how it used to hang and it used to hang and this and all this? Is it always back there? Is it anything in your right now that these people, the main 5 people that's in your life, what are they talking about? The main 5 people, the people you talk about all the time, are they constantly negative and dragging and just they don't care about life? They don't want to do nothing, or they ain't doing nothing every time you call them. Like, what you doing? Nothing. What you doing 5 hours later? Nothing. Dang, you ain't got nothing to do? Like, can't you clean up? Because I remember going over there and then, you ain't judging, but I'm just saying, like, using your time wisely. That means even with people. people in your space, conversations that you have. I don't have meaningless conversations. It don't make sense. I'm not talking about the Housewives of Atlanta. That's not reality. That is a script. They put that script together. Okay, y'all gonna go here. Y'all gonna fight. I need you to throw the water. And then you make sure, you get into character. It's a script. All of that stuff is a script. That is not reality. So you have to be into your own reality. Figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing. What it is that you want to do. Make the plan. Make it plain. Without a vision, we perish. Without a vision, just think about that. When people retire, what do? People that they retire, what they do? They don't have a plan. They die. Like immediately, because working is your something to do. If you have something that you have going on, unfortunately, people that retire don't have a vision. They don't have nothing that they're doing. They die. And it's the reality. And it's so sad that you still have life to live. And everybody put a limit on us. When you turn 65 and you get this money, and then, everybody think you about to be on the beach and you're going to be laying back with your feet up. No, you need to keep living. You have to keep living. Life is about movement. Life is about experience. It's not always the run and the hustle and bustle about it, but it's being conscious. It's being here and right now and not staying back there in the past, dragging everything every year to a new year. You holding people back when you was a kid to now and you a full grown blown adult. These are things that we have to be mindful of. What is affecting us? What is affecting you? And so I want to leave you with a few things. Even when you think about embracing your new beginning, it can happen at any moment, any time. It don't need to be the beginning of the year. Don't have to be your birthday. Don't have to be when the kids leave. Don't have to be when you retire. It don't have to be none of that. Make a plan. And everything in this world will conspire to bring your plan to fruition. You have to believe that. And when you do, things will begin to happen. I put my life on it, period. I know it will. So when you think about embracing your new beginnings, I want to suggest that you learn meditation. What does meditation look like for you? I know it looked like everybody's sitting there humming, and you think about Buddhists, and you think about, it don't have nothing to do about your religion, honey, because religion and tradition is what literally separated us. It brings a bit of division. So that's not what I'm talking about. You believe what you believe, as long as it's conducive to your growth. We're not here to argue that, okay? But meditation, when you think about meditation, it's quieting your mind and your spirit, and it's taking on your divine nature. You are not just a nobody. You are somebody. When you think about who you are and how powerful you are, how much power that you have, this is what I'm trying to encourage you on. You would take a totally different approach about this life. And when you think about meditation, it is whatever you want it to be. You can sit down in a chair. You can lay down. You can have your hands out. You can have them together. You can have them here. Whatever you want to do. That's not the point. The point is quieting yourself, your mind and your spirit from the rush and the hurriness and the mental screw of what this mind can do. Most of our people, and I want you guys to think about this, a lot of people, if you talk to them now, they say they are suffering from anxiety and depression immediately. They're claiming it, right? They brought it in. It's in their experience. It's a part of who they are. So when you do that, now, again, just like when you put out your desires, everything has to conspire to bring that to fruition. When you constantly talking about, I'm depressed, I have anxiety, I'm this, I'm that, and these things are negative, everything has to come to conspire to bring that to fruition. So I want you to be mindful of that. Be mindful of your power, the power of your words. In our reality, we don't always have to claim. But when you think about meditation, if your mental health is poor, Negative thoughts are easy to come, and it will get you stuck. You will be stuck in the same space. You will not move forward, and people will be moving along, and you will be left behind if you allow yourself to be stuck in a negative mental space. And so when you think about meditation, meditation frees those thoughts. It frees those negative thoughts, any thoughts that you may have, again, that are not conducive to your growth. And so I want you to be mindful of that. Try guided meditation if you're new to it. You can go on YouTube. They have apps for it. If you can just type in meditation, and it just remove yourself from this world and all of its doing. All of this, when you look on social media, it will bring a bit of anxiety if you're not okay with your own journey. If you're not okay with yourself, if you don't have enough self-love to understand where you are and where it is that you're going. Like, I am so content with where I am because God has already shown me some things. And I know that this is a part of my journey. And so knowing that I'm content, I'm not anxious. I'm not like, how I'm going to get there and what I'm going to do and what's going to happen. I trust that everything is going to happen in its divine time, that the people that I'm supposed to meet, they're going to come across my path, that everything I'm supposed to have is already coming together for my good. And so I want you to continue to try to have this mindset. We're talking about new beginnings and what that looked like. Try to have this mindset that everything is going to work together for you. But you have to let go of the dead weight. You got to let go of negative thoughts. You got to let go of negative people in your life, not entertaining them all the time. You have to meditate and bring yourself to a quiet place, building and creating new goals so that you can keep movement going. It shouldn't be anxiety, though. It shouldn't be, I'm about to make this money. It should be from your heart. It should be something that you would do and love to do, even if you never got paid. Because those things, when you're consistent, is going to bring what you need. But if you operate and thinking, I'm about to hit a quick lick because everybody think fast money that's the money. No, that type of money dwindles real fast and it goes out your pocket real fast because it doesn't have anything to do. If you give your money something to do, and it's something good that's going to continue to put out in the earth, good things, your money will continue to grow. And so just be mindful of that as well. I thank you guys so much for joining and watching on this evening. I thank you so much. I hope this is helping you. If it is, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed. Again, I will always bring what the Spirit has put on my heart and what it is that I feel like our people need in this moment, this time, and this hour. We are powerful. If I don't tell you nothing else, you will always hear that from me. You are powerful. Stop downing yourself. Stop belittling yourself. Stop talking about yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your mental health. Watch what you're watching. Watch what you're saying about yourself, your life, and other people around you. It's important. So, but in this world, everyone is rushing and there's always something to do. Everybody's just like, if you just look around you. People driving, they giving you the finger, they calling you out your name. People are angry, they rushing, you in their way, they flying. Everybody's rushing. Just pay attention to this around you. Pay attention to how fast things are moving. Even if you go to work and then as soon as you come home, all you want to do is lay down. That's because everything around you could have possibly drained you. You have to be mindful of the things you entertain, the things you talk about, the conversations you have throughout the day. When you leave work, your time should be starting afresh and anew. Boom, what I got to do? But have everything in divine order so you're not beating yourself down, running yourself down. You have to take care of this time, man. People are not here. And I know, rest in peace to the people that did not make it to 2023. People that may have passed, just in this little bit amount of time. We have to be mindful of how powerful this is to be here, to be present, and to be now. Not to be worried, not to be anxious, because that's what happens. And so we have a caller.
Hey.
Hi, welcome to the show.
What is up, Q?
What's up? Is this Chef?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Chef.
What's going on?
How
What's
you
going on?
doing?
I'm doing, Q.
Okay.
Amazing. I've been watching a little bit in between what I'm, handling.
Yeah.
And you said a lot of important points. And I had some things, if you mind, that I would want to add a little bit.
Okay.
Um, and when I thought about the new beginnings, I actually said my new beginning vision mindset, and that's allowing my mind to release thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
standards, routine, passed down generational mindsets that
Mm.
never contribute to my personal growth.
Okay. That's
And that
good.
was yes, and they never did.
And name
So
those again. Name those again.
I said the things I had to release my thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
standards,
Mm.
routines, passed down generational mindsets
Mm-hmm.
that never contribute to my personal growth.
Wow.
And that's how I began my new beginnings.
That's
And I had to also, Q and listening audience, I had to start with accountability,
mm-hmm.
because accountability to me is the foundation of so many things.
Definitely.
And it allows you to see yourself at the present moment,
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Realistically. Yeah.
realistically, with
Mm-hmm.
any new beginnings, you have to have that, because now you're looking at yourself as things that will not come along on this new journey that you have to leave behind. But it
Yeah.
will be some things that God will point out to you that you need to bring for your journey.
Definitely.
Oh,
Definitely. Definitely. That's real
right.
good.
Um, and I had a few more things to add. I know we got a few minutes
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
So I said, let me give Q a break here.
No, that's
Um,
good.
and
No,
with my
you know
new,
I go with the flow of the spirit, honey.
okay.
I let the spirit have its way.
Yes, you do always. So with my new beginnings, I have to start there, and I also have to start with healthy boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I had to start with healthy boundaries because I realized I had unhealthy boundaries,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and so I had to start with some personal healthy boundaries. Um, and the unhealthy boundaries were the ones that it was difficult for me to say no,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and that's unhealthy,
It is.
right?
It is for our own personal reasons, and a lot of times, it's the fear of being abandoned, the fear of not being accepted. So, that's a real
Hmm.
thing, even in adults. It happens in children, and it happens in adults.
Yeah. So I would tell everybody to have the healthy boundaries when it's okay to say no. And then you have to accept no from others when they say it.
Right, and not take it personal and be ready to fall out and block them and be mad and all that. And when somebody
Yes.
say no, it's okay. That's their boundaries.
Yes, it is. And then you have to be very clear with your communications of what you want and your needs.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that may be something you just need from yourself.
Yeah, that's good. Just
Uh-huh.
having that journey, being present on your journey, knowing there's some
Yes.
things that you need to say no to, some things you need to stop doing for your own self. It has nothing to do with anybody else, and it's okay to be selfish. I know a lot of people
Yes, it
say
is.
they say you selfish, you selfish. You should be, especially if you're not good enough to be with somebody else or be for others. You need to be
All
for
right.
yourself. So selfishness is not always a bad thing. Be selfish
No.
in knowing and learning yourself. And so those boundaries are really good. That's
Yes.
a real good.
And then one key word that kept coming to me was discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell anybody listening, when you start new beginnings, it can be with a business,
Mm-hmm.
business idea, relationships. You have to have discipline. It is so very important
Yeah, I
to
agree.
have discipline with your plan. If you do have a plan, whatever it may consist of. Sometimes I found to give yourself a personal curfew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. It'd
And
be
that,
like, you know what? Don't be in the house later than this because in the morning you be
yes.
dragging. Stop doing that to yourself. So if you can say that to your own self, man, what? Ain't nothing
Yeah.
we can't do.
Yes. So right along with that, I looked at the physical perspective of it. I said, because you have to allow yourself proper rest before fatigue sets in and you're making improper decisions that usually give with a tired uh, uh, mind.
That part, okay? Yes. Yeah, because you making bad decisions because you tired.
Yes.
Because you didn't go home like you should have. So yes, that is huge.
Yeah. So I just want everybody to take out time for your spiritual, physical, and mental health.
Yeah.
It is so very. When I tell you, this is so very, very important with new beginnings.
It is.
It is, and I know we all see new beginnings is going to mean something different for each and every person.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what that may be. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I had something else I wanted to read, but did you get a chance? Did you have your own personal new beginnings and something you had to deal with? Because I probably didn't catch that part of it.
Oh yeah, I think I talked about it throughout the show when I spoke about holding myself accountable and being able to. My new beginnings was not trying to do everything on my own. That whole strong woman mindset, I threw that out the window. Okay. That mindset has definitely, it puts us in survival mode, a lot of women, and we're not able to allow men to be men. And
absolutely.
And that's what we desire. We don't allow anybody to be anybody in our life because we got it. We taking care of it. And I think we've been pruned that way, taught that way. Again, it comes back from, generational things, seeing all the women in your family just so strong, doing everything. And so you don't really give credit where it's due. And so that's something I had to literally throw out. I am not operating in that masculine energy anymore. I am allowing myself to bask and to rest in my feminine energy and allow men to be men and allow myself to be on the softer side of things because my message comes across different. People are more inclined to hear me versus that hard, rough, direct, like that's just me, mentality. It's like no. So my new beginnings happened when I learned that mindset was not conducive to the audience and, me feeling like I had anything to prove. So that helped me.
Okay. And I like to read you something and whoever else, I don't know, listening audience. So my new beginning started some time ago. And the one thing that was meant to distract me ended up leading me to my true purpose in life. And that's to show people how to truly love and live a balanced life.
Wow. That's good.
I have lost in this area several times now, but I never gave up on myself or my purpose.
That's good.
Because I realized I did not want to leave the best part of me in a bad situation.
That's real good.
I also believe that I can learn a lot from a man who lost a race rather than a man who won a race. Because that man who has lost a race showed me what I should and should not be doing when I'm behind. So even though I almost silenced myself because of losing in a certain area so many times, I had to realize that I had a lot to share with people.
That's good.
Right. And I can talk to people about what to do when you're behind or seem like you're the underdog.
Right.
I said, so now in this process, a lot of people will find some disappointment, right?
Yeah.
But what I would tell people to look deep down inside of you, right? Because in the disappointment, it's nothing but a lesson.
That's true.
That's a disappointment is a distraction. Don't stay there.
Yeah.
You don't want to repeat this class again. So
definitely don't. Definitely.
Yeah. So now in my
So
process, because I know we got a couple minutes
yeah,
left,
we got 2 minutes, so we gotta
so I'm gonna wrap it up real quick. So now in my process,
mhm.
even though I was very disappointed just seeing how dishonest and calculated people can be, I
Yeah,
realized even bad energy can lead me to my true purpose in life.
definitely.
So it also leads you guys into a great testimony. So I just want everybody to realize in new beginning, right? You gotta have some failures, but never give up. Because what I realized in winning victory, it's always some failures. So
That's true.
when fear and frustration set in, remind yourself the benefit, the vision you had of your new beginnings, and let that draw you back. Okay.
It's definitely time to do something
Yes.
different, to get different results, take control over your life. You have a God living inside you, angels around you to guide you.
Yes.
Stop playing yourself small. You are amazing. I want you guys to repeat after
Absolutely.
me while we close out. I will walk in my divine new beginnings. The people I need on this part of my journey will appear. I have everything I need.